Hello everyone, Pally here. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're taking another look at Varian. At level 10, Varian has one of the best defensive talents in the video game, Shield Wall, and I think this fits into any of his playstyles. However, we can't call this a deep dive if we don't check out the other options. So in today's video, we're going to be trying out Warbringer. It allows us to charge to allies, takes 8 seconds off of the cooldown, I believe bringing it down to 4 seconds, and it cuts out that pesky mana cost as well. Looking at the win rates for these two talents over the last 3 patches, keep in mind a lot has happened over the last 3 patches. Shield Wall has picked 20% more, but has a, let's be generous and call it a 3% win rate difference. Warbringer actually pulls out ahead as far as win rates. So you guys might be up to something here. Well, might be on to something here, rather. For today's video, I picked the most offensive talents I think we could smash into one Varian. And we're going to try to deal the most burst damage we possibly can with Smash. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, hit that like button for me, and I'll see you all again very soon. Don't forget the deep dive playlist down in the video description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Cursed Hollow today. The friendly team, Varian, Turunda, Greymane, Nazebo, and Johanna. The enemy team, Medivh, Kerizim, Deathwing, Ghoulish Daniel, and Varian Rin. We are going to be playing a more offensive version of Smash Varian. Now, I do want to state I prefer the one we already showed off. I think it's a bit more well-rounded. We can protect ourselves a bit more, and that could definitely come into play in a big way, depending on the enemy team opposition. But we're going to be starting off with Lion's Maw. All we have to do is hit the enemy team with our Q, and then every Q after that will deal more damage, up to a cap. It's 25 dings until we're done with the quest, so we will be sending off plenty of Qs towards our enemies. Every time we hit them with it, it's going to deal a little damage and also slow them. We also slow enemies when we charge in with our E. Our W ability is parry. We have 2 charges of it. It blocks all auto attacks within a 1.25 second window. A little shorter than I thought. Our trait is Heroic Strike. Every 18 seconds we get a crit, and we can do some stuff to lower that cooldown. For instance, like auto-attacking to get crits more often. So, the goal for today is going to be to go Smash. We're playing against some familiar faces on the enemy team that like to queue against us. But the Medivh might be a problem for Smash. We might have to bait out his protected, by the way, so then we can actually force out some damage onto the opposition. We also need to make sure he doesn't just farm Master's Touch on me as well. When Medivh misses his Q, we can go in and pressure him if we want to. I'm just kind of, whatever. I'm chilling, bro. Whatever. I'm fine. Oh, you missed. Get out of here. 2 members of the enemy team have joined me down at the bottom lane, which is great for my stacks. I hope they continue. Is he going to be a suck Daniel? He might be a corruption Daniel. Look at that. I can't go too deep, and as we know from our other looks at Varian, I'm not even a full character yet. I am a minion in Elwyn Forest. We are still learning how to be a man. We are not there yet, but once level 4 rolls over, which is very soon, we're going to get a big step in the right direction. That Medivh can counter with a basic ability. Don't you dare forget, this is my ultimate. We just get it very early in the game. So, Smash, point and click ability, lunges me towards the target. We remove 25% of their, we lower their armor, so we deal more damage to them. The enemy team has had a big focus on holding me back here, but hopefully that means that we're doing well in other places. Deathwing going down seems like a good sign. Now Ghoulish Daniel is rotating away with Medivh for a big fight in middle, protected by the way out on the Daniel, but he doesn't make it out. Medivh in a similar boat. If he's not careful, we're going to dive right behind enemy lines. Right now. Smash! There's protected, by the way, and he can get talents, right, that heals him for the amount of damage that he absorbs later in the game, which might be a bit of a fucking problem. We are doing great damage to the building. Smashes up again in 5 seconds, and I'm kind of holding back, waiting for that opportunity. Deathwing is alive and well and joining us on the map. The next objective, hello, Smashing in on Medivh. He does blink away using that portal, and I was not able to finish off the Daniel. We are not against a level 7 Deathwing yet, so he can't fly up into the sky to delay this, but Medivh can get the entirety of the enemy team on top of me very quickly, which it looks like is exactly what's happening. Protected, by the way, has been used, so he's very vulnerable. Karazim not able to jump through the portal in time. Deathwing falling down behind us. We're going to hit him with a quick Q, and then I'm going to try to get this regen globe real quick with some crits. Smash is available in just a moment. Ghoulish Daniel, top of the screen, slowed down twice. Greymane on target. We take him down. I can parry out some of this damage. Dodge the Master's Touch. There's protected. Oh, excuse me. He didn't use it. I was preemptively assuming I was going to be counter protected. By the way, doesn't go off on Medivh as we go in for the smash. Varian at the top of the screen gets taken down. Now it's only Karazim and Ghoulish Daniel alive for the opposition. I'm really tired, by the way. I don't know where all this commentary shit's coming from. Let's just keep it going for as long as we can. Lionheart. Increase Lion Fang's healing from heroes by 75%. It scales with the damage of our Q. So the fact that we can attack an enemy with our ultimate to then deal increased damage. And we have this great quest that we're stacking up at level 1 that can give us increased damage. This potentially could be a great source of healing for us. This is giving up our auto attack healing though. So this is going to be a cooldown that we have to play around. But it also could be very much worth it for the increased burst damage. Ghoulish Daniel, I think, is probably rotating down, right? Where's the Daniel? Oh, he's still in lane. Let's see if we can do anything to the Daniel. He just used suck as well. That's really good for us. We charge in. We'll hit him with the slow. And nope, not today, Daniel. Not today. We'll get a little bit more damage soon. And then I got his number all weak. Now, the problem is that Ghoulish Daniel can, of course, just suck all that health back immediately. Even against me, he could have just probably stood there and sucked, but we surprised him and picked up a quick kill before the objective. Moving in for this now, the enemy team's Deathwing. Isn't it level 7? Maybe it's a level 13 talent where he can rain down fire. Hi, buddy. Oh, I just moved over a little bit. Hope you don't mind. Oh, almost got that one. Coming in on Deathwing, we can remove his armor, which is his only defense as a smash Varian. And we almost took down the beast with that extra damage as well. Deathwing does go down. We're back on the objective, and we are going to channel. Now, this is where I don't like the direction the build's going. Not because it's bad. I just have a preference for living. So, we're going to take Warbringer. It's going to take 8 seconds off of our charge cooldown. This means we have a 4-second cooldown on charge. That does not, oh, fuck me. That does not mean we can fit in extra burst into our smash window. It's still not fast enough to double charge, but it is extra damage. And with our level 13 talent that we're moving towards pretty quickly, we're also going to get percent damage on this charge as well, which is extremely good for Deathwing. Extremely good. The fact that we could just use it over and over and over again means that we could keep up the pressure on him quite well if our health can remain high. We're giving up a very large defensive for this talent. Oh, Daniel! Oh, you shouldn't have! Thank you, Daniel! That was delicious! Oh, you're so green on the inside. I love it. The fell is so fascinating. Deathwing running away at the top of the screen. I cannot slow him down, unfortunately, but we did break one of his armor plates away. The friendly team with the curse. And the enemy team's Varian Rin did mitigate the damage from my smash, but the armor reduction still held after. The enemy team's Deathwing's jumping back in. I have a Q available in just a moment. I assumed Medivh was jumping in, and I just used my Q on it preemptively, but he didn't actually commit to that. Oh, because he died. Didn't even notice. Friendly team with 11 kills versus the enemy team's 2. We're doing quite well this game so far. I'm going to go back to the base. I know not pushing during the objective isn't ideal, but neither is dying during it. Bottom lane is looking beautiful. In fact, I think the Winions are going to take this before I even get there. This is when I start to wonder if I should be joining the team for this team fight, and I think the answer is yes. Medivh has already moved out from the base, protected by the way used, and Portal has gone down, so those 2 resources have been removed. We now have % damage on charge. Do we see Deathwing anywhere? Protected by the way is definitely available again. Let's see how much damage we do to Deathwing with this. Oh, he's on the wrong side of the wall. Dang it. Well, Varian is top. I think maybe, honestly, we just shove this down. Yeah, just eat this wave, get it on tower. Kill this wall. We are at... I was going to say 20. 19 stacks on our Q quest, so the damage is starting to pile up. The enemy team's moving forward. Medivh, not protected, by the way, gets eaten alive as we come around that corner with that big-ass smash. I know Gul'dan is back here, kind of low on health. I'm waiting for my opportunity. He's out of mana, so he's not going to be able to do too much. Notice that time I intentionally delayed my Q. What we were trying to do there is keep him slowed for as long as possible. Body blocking the enemy team's Varian. He has nowhere to go but back to the graveyard. I really like the call that's happening. I do strip the armor of PvE as well as enemy players. The exception to this that I didn't know until last game was I can't make the Ultric Pass core take more damage. I was almost sure that I would be able to shred that. I always just kind of thought it had the rules of a unit, not the rules of a building, but I was very wrong. Today I learned. The boss goes down, no problem. I'm going to head back to the base and probably get some more HP, I think. A little bit more mana, I think. This will put a lot of pressure on the enemy up top. Ghoulish Daniel is basically a PvE powerhouse. I think they'll be able to eat that pretty quickly, but at least it provides a lot of pressure. Medivh, for instance, is terrible in PvE. It would take him a year and a half to kill that boss, so it's not like their entire team is good at that, but I think Ghoulish Daniel's so good at it that it'll make up for it. The friendly team is moving in the right direction. We're going in with the smash, using our Q and backing up as well. We definitely don't have the sustain that we've seen in earlier videos for PvE stuff like this, but overall, I'm enjoying the early Q talents with this setup so far. Enemy team is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't even look like they're moving for this objective yet. So with our 3-level lead and a boss, we are looking pretty confident right now. As soon as we lose vision of these guys, which we just did, I'm going to start backing up. I'm here for Nazebo if he needs me, but I'm hoping he doesn't need me. The enemy team chose to go to the lane instead of the objective, and I see dinner, and I'm going in. We have a brand new talent. It is the Banner of Dalaran. Medivh should know a little thing about that. If we put the banner down, we get a big-ass spell power increase. And then that means, of course, we deal more damage to every single person we go in on. That Ghoulish Daniel was protected by the tower, by the way. He had the damage mitigation, couldn't you tell? Deathwing! Oh my god, the charge damage is fucking insane! Where are you going? Into you fucking coward. Don't hide from me. Well, I'm assuming that boss is going to push in just fine on its own. I'm going to head back and try to pick up this objective. But it looks like this game is probably over. I thought this was going to be a much more difficult match just based off enemy team's composition. I mean, look at this. 2 protected, by the ways. Potentially on the enemy team, he did go for the charge damage as well. I thought we would really struggle to sneak in that damage, but there's been plenty of opportunities for the smash to shine. Come on, the enemy one gets to be there, but not me. Why couldn't I join the boys in blue? Come on, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the stats for today's game. Well, I think we did pretty good deleting the opposition and sending them back to Valhalla. Talents we went for: Lion's Maw into Colossus Smash, Lionheart Warbringer into Juggernaut, then Banner of Dalaran at level 20. I think you could go either direction with either getting the Banner upgrade and cutting the cooldown of this in half, or just getting that Smash upgrade and jumping in even more often. I think that would absolutely just be a playstyle preference. For me personally, I think I would go with the Smash. But if you have a Nazebo popping off like this, that extra spell power from the Banner could go a very long way. That's going to do it for today's video, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't change any of my skins. Look at all these. Look at all these skins I have for Varian. Maybe that's why I feel like I know him so intimately and spend so much time with this character, because I've collected so many skins for him. Sorry we didn't show too many off. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more of the deep dive, you can find it down in the video description. We go across the Nexus making little spotlights for characters just like this one.